Welcome everyone. As a reminder and for our public speaker, the Town Council record all public meetings held in this council chamber. So I presume you're happy with that?
I've got about 4 words to say, so yeah.
Yeah, okay, right. The camera is up behind you. Okay. Apologies for absence.
Yes, Chairman, apologies from Councillor Rosemary Farmer. She left the meeting in St Albans District Council, so the committee ordered them to accept her apologies.
Accept her apologies.
Thank you very much.
Declaration of interest. Members are reminded to make any declarations of disclosable pecuniary and or personal interest that they may have in relation to any items on the agenda. If you realise as we go through, you can declare them at the item as well. Minutes of the meeting of the Planning Committee held on the 22nd of October.
Is it okay for the Chairman to sign them?
Everyone happy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to sign. Okay. And the date is the 12th of the 11th. 19. And then I'm just going to initial.
Just initial every page.
Okay. Excuse me. A second. That was a lot of pages. Okay. There we go.
Lovely, thank you very much.
Do we have any public questions?
None received, Chairman.
Any letters of objection? Item 5.
None received today.
Calls downstairs in the next part.
Oh, okay.
Should be open. It should be open.
Maybe struggles with all.
You have to get through the external one, don't you?
No, I didn't use it.
Oh.
I just have to, oh, early using it.
Oh.
Walk straight in.
I guess out of habit.
He doesn't know.
We'll just wait 2 seconds.
Quorum for this is 3.
Yes.
Yeah, apologies, I forgot my pass.
Okay.
Get in.
Okay, so item 4 of the agenda, public questions. So we don't have any.
Yep.
Item 5, letters of objection.
None received, Chairman.
Okay. Item 6, the main bulk of the meeting, the actual new application. Now we have 1 public speaker, so if everyone's happy, we'll take that application first to save the gentleman hanging around. So it's page 18, the top of page 18, reference 5/19/2555, land adjacent to 31 West Common Way. And we have 1 speaker. Oh, Paul. I think you're in the speaker's chair.
I'm the speaker's chair, I apologise, sorry. Where is chair? I'm the chair. No, sorry, it's good. It's all right. Speaker.
Yeah. Okay, if you want to, yeah. Is it Peter?
Yeah, Peter Rudge from Jarvis Homes.
Okay. So you've been here before, I guess?
Yes. On my own as well, I think.
Yes. So you're speaking for, you have 3 minutes. I'm not sure if you're going to take that long, but...
I'm not.
Okay, there we go.
It's only, right, thank you for letting me speak. It's just I noticed on the agenda that it was put down for a recommendation to refuse purely on policy H2 of the neighbourhood plan, which is partly my fault because I didn't, on my planning statement, put the comment that trees to be replaced in a ratio of 2 to 1. That's where I just want to reinforce that we will do that. It's just a mistake by me for not putting it on the planning statement. And that's it, other than I do have an artist's impression of the house if it was any use to anyone.
if you've got it, have a look.
Does it come with a nice weather, or do we have to...
What's there at the moment?
Nothing. It was part of the garden of number 31,
Yeah.
West Common. The previous owners, well, they are still the owners, the trustees of the estate, fenced off a quite substantial plot, as you see. Apart from the fact that there are old swimming pools on there, it's just a garden, I suppose.
Okay. Right.
How many
Oh, there you go.
bedrooms is this? Sorry,
Six of them.
six is it? Does it comply with parking arrangements?
Yes. There is ample parking.
Fine.
Okay, that's fine. You can take
Yeah.
a seat there.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm not understand that part.
Yeah, no, this. Just like okay, so officer, do you want to, the officer observation?
Yeah, looking at it, I didn't have too much of a problem with it, apart from obviously we are very sort of concerned about trees and so on, and that is something that we do have to pick up on and be consistent with. The parking, yes, that's not a problem at all. Looking at the reports that were contained in with the planning application, there's no sign of unusual wildlife, which we obviously have to look at and protect. Bats, newts, badgers, etc., etc. The report came back that it was clear. There's a balcony included for a master bedroom, but it's recessed behind a rear projection point, so that will address any privacy issues. It's positioned 1.5 metres from the boundaries. I didn't have any issue with that. All in all, the only reason that I suggested refusal was because of the trees. And the lack of addressing the, 2-to-1 ratio that we say in the neighbourhood plan that we have to do. Other than that, I wouldn't have an issue with it at all.
So how do we deal with the fact that, well, obviously we've heard from the speaker that they will be, but it's not actually in the documentation. So do we sort of, I'm not sure what we can do, we just express concern about the trees, would that be reasonable? Rather than
you can do, express concern and say that, that the applicant has, either the applicant comes back and says that he is going to put in another report, or he can withdraw it and then put in.
Can I just not change the statement to include that, the reissued statement?
I presume that is a possibility that you could do that.
Do that tomorrow.
Do that tomorrow and put it into the planning office.
Yes.
has this gone to the district council as
Yes.
well?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
that's
was
why
with the
that's why it's
district
there.
council, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we've got
Okay.
it.
So I just, where on this plot is the new house going to be? Because that, I'm just trying to work out in my head the sort of the position. So the existing house, I'm assuming, is this one here. But I'm just trying to work out how you get to it. I'm assuming there's a road behind there, isn't there? And the garden backs up on.
Oh, that's it there.
Oh, is it this one?
That's it on here. Is it there?
Ah, I see. So it's this bit to the
Yeah.
side. Okay,
Yeah.
in that case, I was looking at the wrong house.
Yeah.
Well, from our point of view, if something new is going to come to SADC anyway, it seems to me expressing concern about the trees, but acknowledging that a new application is coming forward to SADC, in which case our concern would be addressed. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd be very happy.
Happy with that?
So, right, can I just have some form of wording then, please? If you want to.
Committee expresses concern regarding policy ESD 14.
Yep. The technologies. At the applicant.
Will submit. Yeah, new paperwork.
Submit. Can you say that?
Confirming
Yeah.
that trees will be replaced to
Yeah.
the 2-to-1 ratio. Okay, everyone happy?
Yes.
We vote?
Right.
Happy?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, back to page 13. Back to page 13. Reference 5/19/2531, Harpenden East, 173 Crabtree Lane. Application does not meet the criteria. Everyone happy that it doesn't?
Yeah.
Reference 5/19/2539, 74 Ox Lane. Pot single pot, 2-storey front, side and rear extension. Application appears to meet objectives of the Harpenden neighbourhood plan. Consider no objection.
Yeah, I had no objection with this one. The rear 2-storey extension is reduced and pulled in from the side and the rear. The reduction in the size on the first floor level at the rear, and we had no objections previously.
Okay, everyone happy?
Yeah.
Okay. 5/19, reference 5/19/2573, 17 Willow Way. Application does not meet the criteria, requires consideration by applicant. Please?
Okay.
Yeah. Reference 5/19/2500, 12 Kingsbourne Close. Does not meet the criteria, requires consideration by applicant. Happy? Reference 5/19/2572, certificate of lawfulness, page 14. No comment required by the committee. Happy?
Yep.
Okay. Reference 5/19/2599, 78 Park Rise. Part single, plot 2-storey rear, single-storey side extension, office observation. Appears to meet the objectives of the neighbourhood plan. Consider no objection.
Yeah, these are basically minor alterations to an originally approved application. It's basically the roof covering is changed to concrete plain tiles and the wall finish is changed to render, including the existing renovations. Nothing major at all.
Oh, fine, so they've gone with district.
Okay, happy? Yep.
Okay.
Okay, reference 5/19/2498, Harpenden Rise, office observation, the application does not meet the criteria, consideration by our committee. Yeah. 5/19/2535, 7 High Elms, officer observation, application does not meet the criteria, consideration by our committee. Okay, 5/19/1829. Okay, installation. I don't know whether I need to declare an interest here. I'm a member of Harpenden Methodist Church. Installation of 2 handrails to the front steps of the church, of the Methodist Church. Office observation, application does not meet the criteria. Yeah, fine. Okay. Okay, page 15, top of page 15, reference 5/19/2452, alterations to the floodlighting and addition of 2 15-metre high columns at Harpenden Town Football Club, Amenbury Lane. Officer observation, the application appears to meet the objectives of the neighbourhood plan. Consider no objection. What's a 15-metre high column? Is that a light, with a column with lights on the top of it, presumably?
What are the existing ones? Sorry? What height are the existing ones?
Existing lights are already floodlit by a column. These columns are each 16 metres tall and approximately 5 metres back from the playing surface.
Okay, so they're slightly shorter,
Shorter.
but there are 2 additional
I was
ones.
going to say, so there's alterations to floodlighting,
Mm.
presumably alterations to the original ones that are already there,
Yeah.
which I suppose we need to know about, because if it was going from 2 on each column to 10 or something,
Yeah.
and then 2 additional ones.
Yeah. And what they're doing, I think they're changing some of the goals as well. I think they're changing some of the lighting on the actual existing columns as well. Proposed lighting and modernise the existing system whilst also providing improved pitch coverage using less overall energy. The existing lighting relies on total 24 lamps, each of 2 kilowatts, that's 6 lamps per column, and the improved system relies on total 16 lamps, each of 2 kilowatts, an energy saving of 33.3%. So the lights selected are modern fittings and highly energy efficient. They're capable to be better directed to the correct levels to reduce both glare and spillage, providing a high standard of floodlighting dedicated to the playing surface while avoiding impact on neighbouring properties and areas.
That's important, yeah.
Have there been issues in the past with
There's a saying that light pollution around them.
Yeah, they said that use of floodlights is proposed to continue the pattern of use established over recent years. This is when required during some Tuesday and Thursday weekday evenings, not every week, between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m, and on Saturday afternoon between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. from October to March.
what do people think?
I think it sounds reasonable.
I mean, if I think of the height hasn't gone up from the current ones, and therefore it's no more obtrusive. It's energy saving, it's to be encouraged. It's a sports club, it's to be encouraged.
It's also very difficult to play football if you haven't got the right floodlights in.
Maybe we should just light the ball and not the pitch.
It's the other players that you need to light up.
I'm sure it would help the VAR system.
I can't have
No.
any objection to it on
No.
all those bases, and I see no one's actually objected to it who's local, so
No, I
I
agree.
think it's hard to say anything else, but no objection.
Okay, happy, no objection?
Absolutely.
Okay, same page 15 then, 5/19/2543. Officer observation, this application does not appear to meet the criteria required for the consideration by the committee. Single story front and rear extension.
Fine.
Happy? Okay, 5/19/2547, certificate of lawfulness, 49 Overston Road. No comment required by the committee. 5/19/2332. Officer observation. Okay, so the application appears to meet the objectives of the neighbourhood plan. Consider no objection. 14 Crossway, Harpenden, part single, part 2-storey side and rear extension.
Right, this one, they built up to the boundary on the ground floor extension, which they are entitled to do. The 3-metre depth single-storey extension built up to the boundary and then it's angled off at the corner. Okay, and then pulled in on the right-hand side behind the garage to allow for the rear door of the garage, which is the existing kitchen on the other side. First floor extension, the rear extension is pulled in over the garage, so it's not right to the edge of the garage, so it's pulled in.
We've got the people want to look.
Yeah, do you want to have a look? See what I'm
I think
explaining?
that would be
It would
helpful.
be easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Really? Sorry, I'm surprised
That's
I'm
all right.
remembering all this.
I was with the officer the first mention of the boundary.
Sorry, yeah. really just got them out. There you go. Right, so, there you see. You've got a garage and 2 parking spaces. They've allowed for 3 bedrooms plus a study in the loft room.
Okay, I guess that maybe shows
Existing, yeah.
it, I guess, so that's what you're saying, the
Yeah.
half,
Yeah.
half, presume this is the extension, this is the half.
That's the existing.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the existing. You find the,
okay.
the clearer pictures are being proposed.
When you say it's built up to the boundary,
That's on the first floor at the rear.
so if the neighbour built to the boundary, would they actually be adjoining?
Well, they'll have a party wall. If they did, they
If
would
they
have
did,
a party
all
wall.
right. So basically there's no space between, okay.
No. So they'd probably either share a wall or leave a small gap or something like that.
Would it possible to have a look at it on a map just to get a better feel for the...
I just wondered if it's
Yeah.
like
So is it this
neighbour
boundary
had
they're
got-
building up to on the right hand edge?
Left-hand
Left hand edge as you look from the road.
side, yeah, and then the right-hand side. that's
The neighbour hasn't objected.
So it's already at the boundary on that side.
Yeah.
At the here, it's just that they're adding this bit.
Let's say they're adding
The first floor.
the first floor,
But
aren't they,
they're
whereas...
pulling it in as they should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Okay. Mm.
The neighbours haven't.
It's already touching the boundary, so I don't think the fact that
It
it's...
adds a bit of bulk on the first floor, I guess,
Mm.
doesn't it?
Okay.
Where is it? Oh, east.
Possibly.
Anyone object to our view of no objection?
No.
No.
Yeah? Happy? Happy? Take them back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, 5/19/2599. Okay, retention of existing freestanding signage, amble in 182 Station Road. I think this is what I know as Bistro Gautier,
Yeah.
and it's got the lights with the bulbs outside to the left.
Right.
I presume that is what we're talking about here. Okay, here we go. Offer as observation, this application is for the retention of a freestanding sign which overlooks the car park. 130 women, well you can read it, LED bulbs. Consider, express concern with regards to possible light pollution.
130 bulbs sounds like a lot of bulbs to me, but it may not.
Have you got the
And
photo again?
That's a fair point.
Photo there.
This is, I don't know if you've seen it, it's I can picture it.
Yeah, I know it quite well. I just need to which that sign is on you. It's right next.
Because I think it was originally lit up, wasn't it? And then people, I believe, I don't know, it was originally lit up and people complained and they turned the
It had a
lights
sort
off.
of lighting like live at the Apollo, if you've seen that. It was a very sort of unusual, because actually it's a very odd, some aspects of it are quite kind of classy there, and some are just don't seem to fit other bits of it. I'm told the food's very good, but I never get a chance to go.
Yeah. So, I don't know, what do we think about...
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
this is quite something. Yeah, when you see it, you go,
Yeah.
crikey.
It's at the back of the car park, it's very visible from the road.
It is,
That's the whole
isn't it?
point, isn't it?
Yes, but you wonder if that's distracting for drivers as well.
I mean, it is, to be fair, it's obviously the side, the road's running this way rather than straight in your eye.
But people did complain about it in the past.
I just have a feeling that people did mention it, which is why I think they switched it off and they're applying for permission, to my understanding, but I mean, that
Which is where
could be wrong.
It's not subtlety.
No.
So can I just clarify the terminology there, that the application is for the retention of a freestanding sign. so just to understand, maybe me not understanding the planning lines, it's there, so they have to apply to retain it if they've currently stopped using it? It only lasts for a certain amount of time, that permission or something?
If, yeah, I mean, if they put it up and they haven't got permission for it, then they apply for retention of it. I don't know the ins and outs of it, to be honest, and there wasn't any history that I could see on it.
How long has the sign been there?
That's the thing. I don't know. I have no...
Well,
I just wonder if anybody
It's it's hard to, hard for my memory to say, but it's been a fair number, I know.
year or two.
Year or two, yeah.
I mean, it's
So
only
it's not
been called
new.
Bistro Go
But,
for
yeah.
a couple of years, hasn't it, I guess.
I think it's longer than that.
Is it maybe? I mean, I don't know, we've lived
Well,
here 4.5
this is the way you
years.
think it's
Yeah,
actually recent, but really
2-3 years.
Maybe longer, yeah.
It's just doing
Present 130 warm light
Yeah.
LED bulbs. I mean, in some ways, the wording, I guess we've got to decide whether we think it's appropriate when,
So
or not.
Just to clarify, because you asked about it, it says it was erected in April 2016, however not being actively illuminated, so it never got lit. Must have been, I'm not sure, I've never seen it lit.
I mean, not
Yes.
actively, I don't know.
No, okay, sorry, just because it said there.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I guess it comes down to what do we think? There's not loads and loads of houses overlooking it, but then it is very visible. Lots of people drive by there.
Can I clarify
Yeah.
when business hours are? I know it says which don't appear to be clarified, but is that the business hours that haven't been clarified, or what they are haven't been clarified? Sorry.
They have, what they are haven't been clarified. I don't know. That's what I was looking for in the application. I don't know what their business hours are. It doesn't say in their application.
I'd hazard a guess that
It certainly goes to 11, because I've been in the bar.
Yeah.
It can certainly be 11 p.m.
Yeah, so
It's
you've
got
got,
to be.
in the winter you've got 5 hours at least of it being lit up,
So it's not going to be switched off till midnight.
No,
and they're open, I think, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
I mean, the suggestion is to express concern, which probably sort of sums up the way we're talking. It's not that we're all saying, yeah, this should be really great, but we're not saying outright no. We're expressing concern. It would be a little out of keeping with anything else
I'm actually
in the area.
I'm actually leaning towards no, just on the basis that while we ultimately support businesses, I'm not sure that it's necessary, and I think the impact it would have on, if you look at, there's a photograph of it where you can see that there's a house that looks onto it,
Yes, there is.
and I think that the impact that it would have sort of glaring into that person's
Yeah.
front room every night during the 6-month winter period is going to be quite excessive.
It's not necessary to promote the fact that there's a restaurant there. There
Yeah.
are other ways of doing it with lights. We've approved some of those
Yeah.
quite recently, and they should be able to say to people, come in and use our restaurant. It's quite grand.
Yeah.
I agree.
And something that was backlit wouldn't be as
Yeah,
aggressive.
exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, one thing that, I mean, I'm kind of leaning that way too, but one thing that would convince me, would knowing if they did originally get planning permission for that thing, if they've stuck it up and then they found now that they need to get it, I would be even more in view of refusal of the basis. I don't want people to think they can just do what they like and then pass it through on the
I
nod.
think if they'd originally got planning permission, I'd have picked it up and...
Well, so they probably haven't, which is why you get this retention, or I think for that reason as well, they're not. I mean, again, if they put it up without planning permission and recognised they had a problem and then made significant modifications to it and then said, that's a different matter, but they haven't, they're just saying, so I'm not minded to say that.
It's not switched on at the moment.
No.
We're not all flying in a car and
Yeah.
drive past.
I guess I've driven past and seen it without the lights and just assumed they just haven't got the lights on, or they've just got an extra problem.
I think people
Yeah.
complain. I think.
Okay.
Okay.
So, are we more minded to refuse the same reason with regards to possible light pollution?
Yes, yeah.
We also talk about lots of amenities. I think it would count as a lots of amenities for those people.
Everyone happy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, well, maybe we should know even for ourselves that we wouldn't necessarily be against any form of signage, lighting there, but perhaps something slightly more subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Top of page 16, reference 5/19/2596. 55 Granby Avenue, office observation. The application appears to meet the objectives of the Holland and neighbourhood plan. Consider no objection.
Right, so the proposal is to, the intention to build a two-storey detached dwelling. The space used incorporates the garage area. It's upgrading the house and fits in with the street scene and character of the area. I will show you. Right, so that's it.
Can I ask about the parking? Because I'm aware that this is quite a difficult road to park on at times.
Well, I said sufficient on-site parking, so...
It's just off Lyndhurst, isn't it?
Yeah, heading towards the
So
market.
they're changing it from a bungalow into a house.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah.
Okay, this is
Thank you.
quite a good one to look at. I mean, it's quite substantial. We'll have a look at what it's like before.
I think it's probably in keeping with sort of putting an extra floor on it. So I know that there are quite a lot of sort of two-storey houses on that road.
That's
one
nice,
next
shows
to
how
it.
deep it is. Like,
Can't be that one.
Can't be that one.
that's 50. Like with the other side of the road, I guess.
I think it might be one of those.
It's not one of those, is it? Am I on the wrong side of the road?
Yes, it's 50 at the moment, that's just 50 up there at the moment.
But
55.
Google Maps can sometimes get a bit
Yeah.
confused.
Just to go a bit further down somewhere.
Yeah, down.
I think it's one of those.
The rest are bungalows, aren't they?
Yeah.
Have we got
Well,
street?
what's
Have we
a
got a
bungalow?
street scene? It's not going to be a bungalow. What's the
No, it
existing?
was a bungalow.
Yeah,
Well,
it-
I think
yeah.
we've got
This
two
is what it
streets.
looks like now. According to the
Yeah.
I think
Okay. Yeah, maybe there's that one there. Then. It looks
This
like that
one.
one.
Yeah, this one.
Does it?
Yes, it's this one.
That looks quite twin.
yeah.
yeah,
That's the
Okay.
one, isn't it?
that's the one. So,
Right, so...
and this is what they want to do.
How many bedrooms is it going up to?
That's the moment.
Is that going to fit on there?
Well, it looks a bit optimistic.
It would definitely show it's the right house.
If that's set the architect,
If that's the front elevation of that, then
55A Granby Avenue is a four-bedroom detached bungalow. So it's really got four beds.
It's got one in the roof. so
well, that's
it's
the
good.
detached. That's the detached bungalow, all right. But I don't think that's going to fit.
No.
Is it definitely the right house up there?
That is
Yeah,
lovely.
We're looking
Can't
at the right
see the
house.
number
That's
camera.
55.
You
Yeah.
can't zoom in on the number.
Well, actually, hang on a second, because it says here it's got a garage.
It's 55A.
Yes, I think it has.
So
got
the garage
there.
is where?
There, at the back. Do you see it?
Oh, step
That's
back.
useless.
Okay, I've got you.
So you drive round the side to get to it? Or do the
Drive
entrance to
through
the other
those
side?
little gates.
Oh, I see, to those gates.
Oh, is that, okay, yeah.
All right.
It looks
Blimey,
like it's
yeah.
been cut
They're obviously not driving an E-pace, are they?
See, it's got-
So it is quite. I guess it is already quite deep.
It's deep, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to totally overwhelm the house next to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, the other side is, I guess, it's 2 stories bigger
Yeah.
anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
I can't see how that's going to fit.
What? No, I don't. That drawing does not look like it fits on that, because that plot's an infill, that's why it's 55A.
Yeah, but are they doing it long way?
Yeah, I think that
is the length
and that's the front.
Yeah, that.
Even that.
wide,
It's
isn't it?
still,
That's 3 sort of blocks of a... Yeah.
yeah, I think if you take the garage into account, I think it will go to the boundary, but I think it's probably
Certainly
just
goes,
about
it goes
good.
to, well, if it goes to the boundary, it's really going to have blocked this one, isn't it?
Yeah. But also that roof that goes overhang the boundary.
It's already an infill. I would say I don't understand how they're going to fit that on there.
Do you think there's something about the photograph or the film which is somehow distorts the...
And distorts the width a bit.
Yeah.
Can we look at it from the top?
This is when I wish I had a mouse.
Yeah, no.
Because if you pull it back, you can get through.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Well,
Thing easier.
Well, there's one over there. That's at the top view, isn't there? On the table.
oh yeah.
That's the right one, you can see
It is that one. Yeah, because that's the one with the bigger house there next to it, and that's the infill. Well, it's quite a crowded site, is it? Or, I mean, there's no gap there.
Yeah, I think it's probably...
And I doubt you could actually drive. I think that garage is probably of no value at all for parking, because I don't think you can get a car there.
I guess you can get two, you can probably get two, I guess you can get two cars in the front now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you'd be alright with two cars in the front, but you know, that garage is out of play, isn't it, really, I would have thought. Unless it's, God knows what you get down there.
So it's following demolition of existing detached garage, conservatory and partial demolition.
Well,
And it's got to be very easy just to knock it down and go, well...
I'm still struggling to see how
Well,
that drawing gets on that.
Hedge line as well, because that's
I'm just assuming that someone has measured it, so...
If their hedges, yeah.
I'll say,
their
because
hedge.
that's not, if you see that brick bit there by the hedge,
Yeah.
that's not the edge of their property, is it?
No.
Because their bungalow carries on further.
I had other thoughts over.
Well, do we express concern for
Amenity.
I don't know, well, yeah, amenity over development of the site,
Yeah.
amenity, not sure quite.
I mean, I don't think it's an effect on the street scene, because I think it probably
No,
ends up
no,
looking
no.
quite like that property on the left of it
Yeah.
does
Yes,
too.
I agree with that.
Everything might have a feeling of being more bunched up, I guess, but maybe the rest of, maybe further up there they are already.
Yeah.
I mean, from my perspective, if they end up obviously higher here to this house, that house is already there. It's hard for that house to say that this house can't, you know, overlook
Yeah,
them.
that's
And then on the
different.
other side, given the fact that they're already in shadow because it's a bungalow and there's just one skylight on the roof facing in, I don't know how they lose it out
Yeah,
in
no.
amenity. I mean,
Maybe not.
and it's an improvement in terms of that garage that can't be used. I mean, just improvements, housing stuff. I'm not sure I've got a problem with it.
I think it's probably an overdevelopment, but I don't think it's enough for a refusal, certainly.
I mean, it's not unattractive, if you look at it, it's not unattractive,
No,
is it?
No,
It's in keeping.
it's not right, but yeah, that's right.
Although it does look as though it wouldn't fit in.
Yeah,
But assuming that it will.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming it's measured as well, but I agree with you, I don't see how that goes on there, but I'm assuming I'm missing the point.
Well, shall
I
we...
suppose if it's...
Don't know the scale of the drawing.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Okay, well, I'm going to suggest no objection, and we'll see where we vote.
I'll vote with you with no objection.
be
So
no,
I'm happy to...
no complaints about it.
1, 2, 3, 4,
I'm not
Fine.
concerned if it was up, that's fine.
5. 3
Express
automatic.
concern.
Do we have to express? Yeah.
Okay, that was good opinion.
Okay, no objection.
The first one we ever had, but there's no split vote.
No.
Must happen occasionally.
I-
Okay. Reference 5/19/2635. Officer observation. Application does not meet the criteria required for consideration by the committee.
Fine.
Happy, yeah?
Yeah.
5/19/2425. Certificate of lawfulness. No comment required by the committee. Agreed?
Yeah.
reference 5/19/2440. 16 Ashley Gardens. Officer observation, the application appears not to meet the objectives of the Harpenden Neighbourhood Plan. Appears to meet, the objectives of the Harpenden Neighbourhood Plan, so consider no objection.
This one is for a first of all rear extension, and I felt that the first floor rear extension did not have an impact on neighbourhood.
The new opening?
Pardon?
The new opening?
New opening?
The first floor rear extension and new
Oh,
opening.
yes.
Does that mean
The new opening
It's not back into another row.
is
It's a first floor extension, it's best to get a ladder in if they're backing onto a new road. And then you can go downstairs.
should we have left from that on?
yeah,
That's a good thing.
What it means by new
I didn't put the new opening, but it's sometimes there's just minor.
Existing rear opening.
I wonder if you,
So it's front.
I'm interested in where the opening is.
They aren't doing anything at the front, it's away from the first floor extension, are they, and opening it so it's a curved driveway.
This is brilliant. This is the first time I've actually seen where you can see the existing and the proposed.
It's so much better.
Yeah.
It's great there, so
You get
it looks reasonable.
Yeah, but what do they mean by
Yeah,
opening?
it's just curious. Oh, curious.
Back onto me.
New opening sometimes can be windows, sometimes it can be...
I was thinking doors. Okay,
Yeah,
fair
sometimes it
enough.
can be windows.
I think everyone...
I think, is it this window?
That's why it's such a window.
Yeah,
Oh, good,
it's
alright.
that window.
Well, that's fair enough.
Everyone happy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, no objection. 5/19/2561, land to the rear of 32 Ridgewood Drive. Officer observation, the application appears to meet the objectives of the Harpenden Neighbourhood Plan, consider no objection.
This one has been quite contentious in the past, because of the plot of land that it's on, and consultants have refused it in the past because there have been some trees
Yeah.
and different things that have been they wanted to cut down and so on. And also there's been Japanese knotweed on this site, etc., which they've been eradicating and so on. And we've also had, I saw on the consultant's website that there were a couple of letters of objection. They weren't sent to us, but they were on the website. So there are a couple of people that are a little bit upset about any type of building on this website because they feel that wildlife on there, etc.
So what is the land? Can we have a look at it? What is the land at the moment?
It's an area it's been wild, I believe, for quite some time, and I think it's just an area which is at the rear of Ridgewood Drive, and I think it's just been desolate for quite some time. And it's basically all I know about it. But they've been trying to build on it for a little while, and I think there's only room to put up one house and so on. But there's an oak tree on there that I think...
Preservation order, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the
Have
last...
they changed
Yeah.
anything? Have they addressed any
Yeah.
of the issues?
Yes, what they've done is, where they positioned the proposed house one way, it was turned down. So what they've done is they switched it round and moved it round, which you see
Subject
on
to work.
there. But also, what they've done, let me have a look. They put any trees with back roosting suitability are to be retained and will be protected during construction. They say that 2 oak trees are to be removed, but new planting will be planned with a new substantial tree, but they haven't said what that tree will be.
That's only
But
one for
the-
two, isn't it?
And the existing tree has a tree preservation order. So
Yes.
How do they get around that?
Well, they haven't said, they said TPOs on some trees, which is particularly the large oak tree. Let me just see. So many different flavours.
Yeah. That's some photographs of the area. That's quite a nice site plan.
Oh, right, that's all it's used.
It's got a tree, yeah, it's sitting with a tree.
I'm a bit concerned about how many trees they're cutting down, how many they're replacing it with.
I just don't understand how to get around a TPO.
No, exactly.
You by cutting down
Well,
different trees.
you can only cut it down on the TPO, can't you, if it's rotten or danger or something, isn't it? That's about the limitation to it, I think. I don't think you can just cut it down to get to the further development. I
The
think.
single reason for refusal of the last application is overcome as there are now no mature trees proposed to be removed.
Okay.
The collective amenity value of the tree grouping would not be harmed, and in turn the character of the area would remain unaffected. Tree protection measures are fully set out in the accompanying report, with minor reduction where it's required to the total specimen of the proposed land position. What else have I said?
Oh, it's an interesting looking building.
Yeah.
I've just not, yeah, I've not entirely sure it's in the right place.
Is there something which shows how big it is in its plot? Is there a lot of houses, I guess, that back onto it?
I suppose there's the entrance.
Oh, they're glass, so if you were to step back, otherwise it would be overlooked.
Well, it's not a conservation area, is it?
What is the basis of the complaints?
One, what they said, we strongly protest that the attempted destruction of this lovely woodland, full of wildlife, including woodpeckers, a variety of birds and mammals, such as all kinds of tits, bats and hedgehogs, the only natural woodland left in the area. We've already suffered illegal destruction of old oak and hornbeam trees in Wales close by borders, blah blah. Presence of this quiet area is important for the mental health of those in the area. Any further congestion of traffic would have a negative impact on local residents. And then somebody else has said, I propose, this is from somebody who lives actually close to Ridgewood Drive.
Presumably this is 28, I imagine.
The proposed dwelling will adversely impact my family and its right to privacy with the new dwelling providing line of sight directly into the rear rooms of my house. Many bats that use the trees for roosting, this will be adversely impacted upon the downtown.
So I guess the question is how close it is to, because it's not necessarily a relevant planning thing if someone becomes overlooked, if it's quite a long way away, that happens all the time. Although you can understand why people don't like it. And it shows on the plans there how far away it's going to be.
I mean, as long as you can see what that, well, it gives you a scale there, it looks to me, it's quite a big garden, but you know, for 32 to the back, if I'm looking at that, I'm saying, that'd be quite a big garden, isn't it? I'm sorry if I've got the scale wrong, but that looks to me as quite a back garden before you put 32. I'm assuming 32 is to your left, 30.
Yes, you think so, wouldn't you?
So it's not 32 Ridgewood Drive that owns the plot of land, is it?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
No. Oh, that's interesting. Yes, because the first,
It's not 32, so they would be
32
rejected their own
They would say
development.
they've objected to their own plan. Oh no, it's land to the
Land to the
rear
rear
of,
of it.
which is, therefore someone else owns it.
It could have originally belonged to
Would you be
Bobby
very
too.
kind of just saying again what they're mitigating statement was?
Shall I read out there? Regarding the trees,
Yeah.
the single reason for refusal of the last application is overcome as there are now no mature trees proposed to be removed.
Can we just disagree with that then, because it was refused by reason of its size and sighting. It then goes on to say would result in the loss of no trees.
Right.
But it doesn't say, and it would be damaging to collectively limiting the value of the protected trees in the local area and the character and appearance of the locality. So it wasn't a single issue, oh, it's just the tree.
Right.
It was a number of things.
Right, okay.
We've got the plot, what, A3 and 1.
So the size and sighting, obviously they've turned it around,
Mm.
so they've tried to address
Yeah.
So it's obviously out of keeping with Sunday in terms of the contemporary design and use of materials. That hasn't changed.
So they changed, this is the previous one, which they've changed, have they changed the materials on it and the design slightly?
Yeah, but it looks much nicer than that, doesn't it?
Yeah. So that was the previous one.
Yeah.
There's a couple of others, I think there's something else.
This is the old one.
Yes, yeah, that's one that was turned down.
That is a big improvement.
It is.
Yes, I agree,
Mm.
I agree.
I can see why you might object that.
And you might have the
Quite nice.
sighting a bit underneath, because it's too
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, tree and roots removed is a note there. Yeah.
I mean, the people who are there already aren't overlooked because they've got the lawn garden
And the wood.
and then the garden of the rear house that they back onto.
They also
That
seem
is going to massively, obviously, impact on what they're...
It's certainly going to give them a change of view.
So this is actually quite helpful as to where it is on the plot.
Thank you.
I think they've managed to do it without removing a tree. Or they seem to have managed to do it without removing any of the trees that they've listed.
Appears to have turned it to about 90 degrees as well.
Yeah.
It was horizontal, if you like, here, I can't tell which way, and now it's going the other way, roughly,
Yeah.
slightly different shape.
Yeah.
I think it would be a nice place to live.
so.
Oh, that's this is what they said as well. Sorry. The previous application proposed one oak tree to be removed, which is subject to TPO. From a detailed assessment of sunlight and sunlight on the previous and the type proposals, together with the arboricultural impact assessment, this tree is now not to be removed and can remain as part of this development. Site will be landscaped with native wildlife and grass possession. Additional tree planting is also proposed with semi-mature planting towards the frontage, together with ecological mitigation measures.
Like the back thing.
Yeah.
And they've got permeable pavement and stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
it said that in there. Dwelling would measure 16.6 metres in width, 9.1 metres in its main depth, with a stepped effect of flat roofs with large roof lights. The eastern and southern elevations are designed to allow maximum daylight and sunlight from the larger areas of glazing. Privacy is fully retained for neighbouring properties with the use of timber screened balcony areas. The highest part of the dwelling above the highest part of the existing ground level will be 5.5 metres. I think they're doing a lower ground floor, a ground floor and a third floor.
quite, there's a lot impacted on the trees. Well,
So-
great, yeah, fine.
So obviously the tree, the TPO has been retained, which is one of the big things.
Yeah.
I guess the other concern is around the bulk, I don't know, the quite large building surrounded by lots of other buildings and a lot of privacy. But having said that, it's not people, just because you have not had a house behind you for 30 years does not mean to say it's a material planning consideration that you should not have one in the future.
If I may, I think if you're going to build on that plot and you're going to build a house that's sort of substantially in keeping with the size of the properties in that area, then I think you're going to have a hard time doing it in any other place on the plot. So it's whether we think of this with the amount of glass and things like that substantially overlooks the property more than another development would, and or whether we think that the entire plot should be immune from development.
I agree, I think that's a good point. I was thinking something along the similar lines, is they appear to have made substantive changes to our general objections, and if we, as you say, if we're going to say we don't want that, and St Albans say that as well, we're saying that will never be built on. And that, it is not greenbelt land, it's the opposite of greenbelt land in many senses. It's green, I accept that, and there's lots of bats and stuff, because it hasn't been built on for a long while. That would happen in the back of my garden if I didn't go out there for a long time. There are many creatures around there. So quite a few of the objections from the two, and they didn't come to us anyway, but the two ends, I find as just what I might call standard objections, not very compelling. So
I've got the distance here. The moreover, a distance of 35.7 metres would exist from the proposed first floor windows of these properties. That's 32, 34 and 36 Rooter Drive.
a lot further than most people.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
is.
I think there is something
It's a lot
10
further than
metres,
mine, I'll
something,
tell you.
yeah.
That's not a small distance.
That's how far I can run 100 metres.
I mean, we should be encouraging architects and designers considering the ecology, and as long as it's not just greenwashing, and if they are keeping that tree and it's permeable paving and they've thought about the light screening, I just think
Yeah, I agree.
that's what's developed.
I agree. I think they've clearly taken some time to at least address the objections that were raised. They've clearly come up with something that is much improved based upon that architecture and site-wise, and of course preserving the trees. I don't think that it's close enough to the other houses to make a serious impact on them from the point of view of amenity or privacy, to be honest, because it is much further distance than most housing estates would have, and certainly not more, for example, than that.
Okay, well why don't I propose then from the chair, no objection, and we take a vote.
No objection.
Okay, well we're picking up, I'll go on to the next one. 5/19/2615, Harpenden North, no comment required by the committee, middle of page 17. People happy with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, a bit more history here now. 5/19/2633, 17 turn close. Office observation, the application appears to meet the objectives of the Harpenden neighbourhood plan. Consider no objection. Proposal 1, 3-bedroom dwelling and alterations to existing dwelling. Might have a look at this, officer.
Oh, yes. Right. That's the house. Right. Now, there are
That's the as-is, is it?
various designs in the road. They are making a slight amendment to the frontage with the porch area, and extending the third floor at the back. The new dwelling will have 3 bedrooms and 2 parking spaces. They've asked for a new drop curb for the existing property. didn't see an impact on neighbouring properties.
No, it's not a junction.
I didn't have an objection on it.
Can we just quickly put it up on there, just to have a look at the curb?
Streets
Is it
made.
substantially different from the one that we had no objection to
No.
earlier on this year?
Early on this year.
I'm assuming 5/2019, 2011 came to us this year.
Yeah, it's the first history there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we said no objection to the one that was,
Not in 2011.
and they just withdrew the application.
Oh, no, 2019.
I don't know, have I actually put copies in there of the previous one? Sometimes I do, normally I do, sorry, I can't.
Doesn't sound particularly different to the original proposal.
No, I agree.
If anything, it sounds a bit smaller.
Yeah, because they've dropped the,
Infill.
yeah, the info.
I just want to have a look about this extra vehicle crossover, but I agree, it's looking.
I think it came to us in that June.
So you put 7 up before, didn't you, and that's come up 32 on that thing there.
That looks like it, or at least the same design. The flat roof and the,
That's not the
well, they just look like similar, are they?
Yeah, it looks like that one, doesn't it, on the right?
It looks like that one, but it's not that one.
Not unless that's going to be enormous. Picture was taken, John.
I think it's 2009, it's possible.
No, but I'm just 10 years out of date, that view, isn't it?
Okay. I mean, I guess all the ones on the left are very
These ones are
very uniformed, aren't they?
Yeah, but,
Yeah, that's the left.
no, I was looking.
Oh, you're on 11 now.
One.
Come to the end, yeah.
Okay. Well, if we had no objection last time and it hasn't changed too much,
No.
I mean, it obviously could have been withdrawn and in consultation with SADC anyway, I guess, with the planning officer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
There it is.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was taken 10 years ago.
So there is something down the side of the, is that down to,
Yeah.
There is enough space,
I think our next door at planning commission.
that's there, isn't it?
As long as there's 2 off-road parks, it's clearly quite a very narrow road, you wouldn't want people having to park along it, but actually it seems to have two 3 bedrooms, that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone happy?
Yeah.
No objection. Okay. 5/19/2467, 2 Piggott Hill Lane. Change of use from Class A1 retail to a dietary clinic. And installation of air conditioning units to the rear.
Which I thought was quite funny, really.
Yeah, get very smelly cake. It's, yeah, it's podiatry clinic, it's just at the moment around the corner.
I was going to say, there is a podiatry clinic there. There is one there already, a
Around
clinic.
the corner, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Just
and
the one
they're,
side.
yeah,
What's
they're,
it do this thing with them?
I'm trying to think what it is. Is it a fancy dress shop
Yes.
thing down there and things like that?
yes, it is, yeah.
Oh, I don't think it's at that end, I think it's at the other end of that, but they've got fancy dress shop. Oh no, it might be there.
It is a
Oh, yeah.
fancy dress shop.
Oh, there's the hairdresser barbers.
There's the barbers, but that's on the other side.
Yeah.
That's, I'm trying to work out which side this is. The current podiatry clinic is on the left-hand
It's on
side.
the same side as you go around the corner.
What, same side of Simmons Bakers, or same side of that new curry house and the fancy dress place and the
Fancy
ballet?
dress place.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on the other side, it's on the fancy
Yeah.
dress place, because
Yeah.
the current fire podiatry one is on the other side.
It's above.
It's above, yes,
Yeah.
yes, there's a sort of a little
Pharmacy.
side entrance, next to the butcher.
No, I'm trying to work out in relation to Simmons to Bakers where everything is, because that is my point of
Miriam's
reference.
saying it's on the opposite side
Does
from
it
Simmons.
matter? I'm not trying, just in the sense
Yeah.
of, we're not
That's
stopping
absolutely-
changing
yeah.
No.
one business
No,
that's not
no,
working and
no.
they want to turn it into another business.
No.
A podiatry place as well.
So, I mean, I guess the only question, and I don't know the answer to this, is do we have a feeling, obviously one is retail, and the other is, I don't know, would it be like consulting room or something, potentially you losing a retail,
It's still a business though, isn't it?
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
And there's nothing to say that it could not go back to retail in the
No.
future.
No,
Yeah.
no, agreed.
No objection?
Yeah.
No
objection.
Okay.
I'd rather it be full than empty.
Okay, reference 5/19/2555, land.
Done.
Okay, sorry, we've done that. Excellent. Okay, reference 5/19/2473. Officer observation, the application does not meet the criteria of the committee. Happy?
Yes.
Reference 5/19/2492. Application, officer observation application does not meet the criteria required for consideration by committee. Yep.
Yes.
5/19/2607, 24 Shakespeare Road, officer observation, the application does not meet the criteria. Agreed. Do you want to? Okay. So I'll put your hand up to speak. Okay, reference 5/19/2705, 145 Westfield Road. The application appears to meet the objectives of the Harpenden Neighbourhood Plan, consider no objection. Two-storey side and part, single part, two-storey bricks. Any comments?
Again, this one is basically on a corner plot, no trees to be removed, sufficient on-site parking, they're recycling any materials that they're going to be using, thermal energy efficiency values are going to be addressed with building control, they're inserting a more efficient boiler.
Do a picture.
Yep. So,
Want to look at that?
the design, size and positioning of all extensions are in keeping with the neighbourhood, neighbouring properties, don't feel there's any detrimental impact at all. So now it's quite happy with it. Plan, consider that.
I'm assuming that the openings onto the road stay in the same place. We've had things before about
What curves?
sites on
Curves.
corners.
Yeah.
They haven't said they're changing the curves or anything like that.
Looks reasonable.
Yeah, it does.
Seems like
It's thought out and thought through to them.
Happy?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, 5/19/2711, 40 Ashley Garden. Application does not meet the criteria of consideration by the committee. Reference 5/19/2731, 22 The Close. The proposal does not appear to have any alterations to the previous application which was withdrawn, other than the addition of 2 additional roof windows. Consider refused.
Given that it's the same thing, can we not just write the same recommendation that we did last time? Save us all a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's reason to
It's just a
tell them.
strange thing to do, isn't it? Not change anything.
I mean, I looked and I looked,
Yeah.
I just couldn't see any changes unless there's something there.
Well, they withdrew it before. It's not that it didn't get refused before. They withdrew it before, so maybe they withdrew it because they, I don't know. You know, once it's-
We refused it and then they withdrew it at district.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, SADC application was wrong. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, same wording, same.
Well, you want me to put,
They don't change, we don't.
Yeah. Why do you think we changed our mind?
Yeah.
That's quite a
Recommendation.
good point. Yeah.
from last time?
From last time, yeah.
Yeah, not wasting our time, let's actually come up with something a bit different.
Okay. 5/19/2557, Plot 1, South Home, Redbourne Lane. Officer recommendation application appears to meet the objectives of the Hopland Neighbourhood Plan, consider no objection.
This one is basically, they've already had permission for 3 properties on South Home in Redbourne Lane, and plot number 1, did we say?
Yeah.
Plot number 1. They're basically repositioning that house, moving it forward by 5 metres and moving the garage forward by 4.5 metres. It's not affecting any trees, it won't affect the amenity of any properties. I don't really know why they're doing it, but it's something that they want to do.
Maybe create a bigger rear garden.
I think, yeah, whether it's going to give them a better rear view, I don't know. Design scale remaining exactly the same.
So would the same thing happen to the other 2 houses?
Pardon?
Would they apply for the same thing for the other 2 houses?
I wouldn't know until they do it.
So this is obviously where the speed camera is, isn't it? I think as you drive away from the White Horse down towards Redbourne, on the left,
Yeah.
there's a job, it's signed with 3
Yeah.
blocks. I
Yeah.
presume it's that.
Yeah.
It's quite a long way from the road.
Yeah,
I mean, I would,
Quite a big.
Yeah.
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 maybe it's quite a big on. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily want to be close to that road, but I don't see anything sinister behind it. Agree? Yeah. Reference 5/19/2629, 11 Aaron Close. Officer observation of proposal suggests an increase in bedroom capacity which may increase the need for additional parking. Appears to be limited parking on site, particular policy 40 of St Albans District Plan. Consider express concern.
Yeah.
I don't know, Aaron Close.
This is a very crowded, it's down near Welbeck Rise, down near Cross Farm. It's a very, very crowded road. There's been
Yeah.
quite a lot of redevelopment on that, and a lot of the houses have
Yeah.
been developed on there.
Yeah.
I know where it is.
How many bedrooms does it have at the moment, and what's it going to? Do you know?
Existing is got 4 bedrooms. Oh, they're putting an extra one in the loft, so that'd be 5.
And how many parking spaces does it have?
Well, it will be 4 bedrooms, it will be 3 plus.
Oh, sorry, what does it have at the moment? Do you know, is it?
It's saying it's 1 to me.
Well,
If it's where I think it is, there's very little parking.
One,
I can
you get
tell.
one car
because it's
sort of
in a corridor
down
now.
towards
Yeah.
the road.
Yeah, it's exactly what I thought it was.
Possibly 2 if you were...
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
Not 3.
No. And there's no way to park off-road here either,
No.
because you'd be blocking turning
Yeah.
Yeah,
completely. I think there's very limited parking there.
yeah.
I mean, I agree. I mean, the only thing is you can say, if you're living in that house anyway and your family, and you want to have a study in the loft or something, you might be a bit
Yeah.
tempted not to get permission. You
Yeah.
can say, I've already got 1 space.
Yes.
If someone buys it, I've got 1 space, they're going to know that.
Yeah.
But I'd be happy just to express concern about the parking. I mean, we're not saying
Yeah.
no, are we? We're just
Yeah.
expressing
Yeah.
concern.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that.
Happy with that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay, reference 5/19/2653, land at the rear, 45 Meadway. Office observation application appears to meet the objectives of the Hopland Neighbourhood Plan, consider no objection. Demolishing existing detached garage, shed wall.
Right, the existing dwelling is currently requesting Herts County Council for a drop curb and parking for 2 cars, to account for the loss of the garage. Site access view is limited due to hedge and plant and fencing, but they've already got an access there anyway, so that's not a problem. The rear exit is already in situ, community space for a new property is 62.2 metres squared, which would be fine for this particular property. Not of amenity to anybody. The existing property, although it's having its back garden reduced, would still have 81 square metres of amenity space as well, which is
That's not
sufficient for a 3-bedroom property. No trees to be removed. I didn't see a problem with it, but I think if you would just like to have a quick look at the start.
Matthew?
I was slightly concerned about the parking, just because of where the new property's going. Whether there'd be enough space.
Right.
Because it's quite
Yeah.
you couldn't park on the road around there.
Right.
And the entrance does look quite tight,
Okay.
so I wasn't sure where they were going to park.
I don't know whether, this should be fairly easy to get up on the screen as well, I think.
Yep, right, let's just get two pictures.
It's that
Right,
that
so-
one there where your pen is.
I'm very good. Explain that.
Okay.
It's actually on the Sibley Avenue.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
the
property.
property is at the front here, and then go down the corner. Right here. It's just here. This property, there it is there, isn't it?
That space.
This is the entrance to it here, but you can't really see right into it because that's the garage that goes into the back garden. So that's why I've done some
But there obviously,
bird's eye
there is
pictures.
the drop curb is already there, there is
Yeah.
already a vehicle access, isn't there, I guess?
Yeah, and I think this fence line here is part of their bit of garden, so I think if they took that down, they would still have more of a sight, but, you know, a view.
Yeah,
They pull out, but I mean, it's obviously not an issue anyway, because we've got a garage there.
yeah.
So it's just the space aspect.
Yeah. How many parking spaces do they need for a 2-bedroom? Is it 1 or 2?
One, I would think.
1.5,
One.
something like that.
Sustainable location, you might not need any.
No.
Yeah.
Not that far.
Yeah, you can walk from there to the train station, then.
Yeah.
And as I said, the only thing I had concern
Yeah.
with was whether you would be able to still park. But
Okay, so office observation, consider of no objection. Happy? Yeah. Reference 5/19/2674, 1 Sherwood Drive. Office observation, it would appear that this application does not meet the criteria laid out in policy 40 of the Consultant District Plan. Consider express concern with regard to insufficient on-site parking provision and lack of on-street parking in this narrow road.
Right, that's around.
That's right. Got quite a lot to discuss.
Right, Sherwood Drive. Right, this one. Right, this one's going from 3 to 4 bedrooms.
So it requires,
Now,
It's
I was
2.5,
concerned,
isn't it?
yeah, concerned about the parking, because the property's sited on a bend for starters, so, it would have been a bit awkward. They won't go on to park.
I'm right, haven't we done one for 1 Sherwood Drive today?
Yes, we have,
Yeah.
but that one was one that we wouldn't consider because it was just for a single story front and rear.
Okay.
So that's not within the remit of the committee to discuss. But because this one's a part 2-story rear extension, it becomes...
Should we have a quick, can we have a look at Sherwood Drive? I don't know, do you know it? I don't know.
Yeah, on top of Street Way, isn't it? Around the corner. I'm not saying it very well. So, as if you're going to go to Meeting Street,
Okay, yeah,
They
yeah,
come up the house,
Yeah.
it's a turning on your right.
okay.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, I know
I
what it is
do,
now.
I know where it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah.
So this one is actually, this one's actually got a block of garages right near it, near the actual application site, but I don't know.
Okay, that's very narrow, isn't it? We'll see.
You
get a
can't,
bit
you
more.
can't do
Yeah,
on-street
it's
parking,
narrow.
not in front of
Not
services.
Okay, okay.
Is it not as narrow?
No, it's not there as it looks.
So, we should go around here. This is the house, I believe,
Okay.
that they're talking about, doing a park system rear. But it doesn't look like, obviously, there's any parking there.
No.
And then, just
Is that
up here, there's this garage block, but I don't know, there's 6 parking spaces and then there's some garages, but I don't know, like,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
There's not a lot of parking on that road in general, though.
No, but they've got flats up there, very few flats up there.
so,
There's
yeah.
about 150 people, about 6 actual spaces.
Okay.
It's quite on-road parking anyway.
So do they have, they don't have parking at the moment?
Well, it doesn't look like there is, unless there was something around, but I couldn't see anything around the back of the property either. It doesn't look on here, there doesn't
No,
look to
there
be
isn't any.
anything like garages or anything around the back that they can slip their car into. So I was concerned about
Are they
parking.
increasing their bedroom numbers then?
Yeah, they're going from 3 to 4.
I mean, then I suppose if you haven't got parking, so if you haven't got parking, you still haven't got parking, it's something that's
I imagine one of the garages in the block probably belongs to this, but the garages in the block are useless
yeah.
unless you're
Yeah,
driving a Mini.
yeah.
And also, you can't guarantee it, given the number of properties on that street that don't have their own parking.
No,
Garages.
no.
still
Oh, the
belong.
street isn't really enough. Is
So the office
I mean, another.
observation does not meet the
Yeah.
go on.
No, it's
And
alright.
that's a public walkway, isn't it?
There's nowhere to park there.
No.
So should we?
I assume that land adjacent is not theirs, it's public.
Yeah.
I think
Common
so.
land, I think.
Should we express concern? Do we think? I'm a bit
Hmm. Yeah.
cautious about refusing because they haven't got parking now. They're
No.
obviously living there. So do we really want to say sorry? You can't
Difficult,
extend your
isn't it?
house
Yeah.
because
It's
there's no
difficult.
parking, but you've got no parking now anyway.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Express concern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one just sneaks onto the bottom of page 20, then reference 5/19/2706. Replacement of flat roof above front porch and lounge with pitched roof at 108 Eastmoor Park for the Methodist Church. This application does not meet the criteria. Okay. What's going on in the Methodist Church tonight? Different Methodist Church.
I assume that's the manse, I assume, is it?
Well, yeah. Maybe. Okay. Reference 5/19/2733 for High Elm. This application does not meet the criteria required for the consideration by the committee.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Reference 5/19/2398 69B High Street. The application, office observation application appears to meet the criteria of the Harpenden neighbourhood plan and consultant local plan. Consider no objection. So display 3 externally illuminated safety signs on externally illuminated hanging sign. Where is it? What is it?
Yeah, who is 69?
Torquay, okay.
It's for the mechanics. So
Oh,
it's
they're upstairs, isn't they?
yeah.
Okay, so they want
Well,
some
They
yeah.
want to go through, they want to put some signs up.
display 3 externally illuminated signs.
Oh, God, no.
Seems a bit slightly strange, doesn't it?
Nicholas again.
No, that's overkill. High Street. It's stationary. No.
Whose property is this?
Belongs to Miss Claire
Oh, I'm
McKenna.
just wondering. Oh, Tokyo's one, it's there, is it?
Not illuminated, like internally or externally.
Two painted signs and two illuminated.
So there's a light shining up on it.
So that's on the corner, isn't it, where the roundabout is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and what used to be in the living
So
room.
they've got little LED strips.
Okay, yes, yeah.
I can't think what it's called.
I know it because it's the way to Sainsbury's.
Should we pass that round? Okay, yeah, this is
Yeah,
quite
so
useful.
this is where they're going to be
User of the living lounge.
No.
shown.
I used to like the Lily Lounge, I don't know what it's become, it's not much
Something
keen.
else, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's all right,
Okay,
it's
that's
almost
quite a
like cakes.
useful one. Showing the location.
I personally don't mind it. But I sense the council are really good disagree.
I think it's overkill.
Foresight. Because you don't know how heavily illuminated it is. We're assuming it's not illuminated by 130 bulbs, so...
What, I'm
Not
trying to
like
think
a
what,
football pitch.
Or a football pitch.
what do other, I don't know, what do we allow down the high street in terms of illumination?
Nothing internally illuminated.
And these aren't internally
No,
illuminated.
externally illuminated or allowed.
It's just that there are three of them.
Yeah.
And they obviously want to attract attention.
Pretty size, that. So did you say it's the upstairs business?
And that's where,
This
that's
is
where
the
the
body,
signs are upstairs,
body
isn't it?
mechanics one.
Yeah.
There are already two signs.
So there's
No, I
two
think
paint
there's one, isn't
signs
there?
and two
It's not illuminated. There's one for you, so.
Can we have a,
They
can you
may
get,
be proposed
can you get it up
as
just while we're...
Ah, yeah,
If not-
they're the proposed signs, aren't they? Is that what, that's what was being put on?
Don't worry.
I'm sorry, I don't remember those.
Can I have a look?
Yeah, but I'm not aware that there are currently signs.
Just signs, they're the signs they're proposing to put up.
Then what do people think?
So part of the conservation area.
Yeah.
So what would the conservation area require or restrict? Well, it doesn't always work, but it should be sort of subtle and
There we go.
colouring and...
Yeah, the signs out
Is
there.
it down
These are the proposed signs then. These
Yeah.
Is it down the
They don't look,
Well,
Yeah,
I
but
suppose the
that-
entrance
that's
would be down this
Down
side,
there.
they
yeah.
don't actually look that
No, the one there.
distasteful, to be honest. Because
John?
they don't look too
I mean,
distasteful.
talkie
I wouldn't say talkie is particularly subtle.
No, no.
Colour or
To some extent, it's actually less garish than the painted talkies.
I mean, that-
Put on,
Don't worry.
I'm sorry, I don't remember those.
Can I have a look?
Yeah, but I'm not aware that there are currently signs.
Just signs, they're the signs they're proposing to put up.
Then what do people think?
So part of the conservation area.
Yeah.
So what would the conservation area require or restrict? Well, it doesn't always work, but it should be sort of subtle and
There we go.
colouring and...
Yeah, the signs out there.
Down the
These are the proposed signs then. These
Yeah.
they don't look
Well, I
No,
suppose
that-
the entrance
that's
would be down this
Down
side,
there.
they
yeah.
don't actually look that
No, the one there.
distasteful, to be honest. Because
John?
they don't look
I
too
mean,
distasteful.
talkie is...
I wouldn't say talkie is particularly subtle.
No, no.
Colour or
To some extent, it's actually less garish than the painted talkies.
I mean, that, no, talkie isn't subtle. But having said that, these are higher, aren't they, I suppose? I mean, if you look at that now, if you've got a row of shops in a protected area or conservation area, it tends to be that the signage is all on the ground floor, I would say. This looks like, I don't know. Imagine if you're in a restaurant open in the evening you might want this sort of illumination. I don't know, but that seems,
But
it just seems slightly over the top. And there's, along that run, you've got the attractive, that Hopenden Directory building to the right, and you don't have any signs on the first floor. We just go around again. So we look at so here, there's nothing on the first floor there, it's just quite attractive 3 windows, and then next you've got the Hopenden Directory. Again, that's quite a, I don't know if that's listed actually, but it's quite an attractive building, isn't it? So I think, and to the left there's no signage on the first floor.
But is there a separate business on those floors? You see, they're trying to, presumably, they're establishing a business on that first floor, and they obviously want to draw attention to the fact that there is a business there on the first floor.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
Really, they want to attract attention to it, but, well, I mean, the one on the right, there are lots of little businesses in there, aren't they, on the Hopenden Directory place.
I mean, I suppose the thing is, if you were to allow it with that one, with everybody, you could.
That's the question.
I think, personally, I think it's out of keeping in the conservation area on the first floor.
I mean, I suppose the thing about the Torquay one is it's not illuminated, is it?
No.
No. I mean, obviously, opposite Charles Wilson is not a particularly attractive thing. But the point is that that's quite an attractive,
Yes.
that's quite an attractive old building, and it has no signage at all on the first floor.
Yeah.
But I don't know what basis can we
None of them.
use that? Out of keeping, I don't know about signs, really, out of keeping in the conservation
Conservation
area.
area.
I mean, there are no, I mean, I know it's not a thing of beauty there, but again, there are no signs on the first floor of that run of retail units.
I don't think they're retail units, they're flats, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I said.
But this isn't a retail unit, this is like it's effectively like a consulting room, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's still a business.
The business as opposed to residential.
Any advertisements in or on shop front should be modest, particularly in the conservation area, or where the proposal will affect the listed building.
Well, I don't think it's modest.
Done.
I don't think it's modest.
BSD3. Is it listed?
Which is locally listed in the conservation area.
But it's certainly not modest.
You get what they want from
Yeah,
that. There, which says, as you're on the high street, walk along, there's some stuff, body mechanics, there's an arrow saying go around the back, which is where it is. All the actual, it seems like the access to it is around the back where it is promoted. So for people who've found on the internet or made an appointment, that,
Well, no.
you want them to be able to find it. I don't want them to be
Yeah.
wandering around, driving around on paper, but that doesn't seem to be, this is the
I mean,
problem.
I guess
open,
it's
yeah.
attracting
It's
all
open.
the thousands of people that drive past, but
Yeah.
I just think, yeah, I mean, personally, I just think it's
One
out
sign would be
of
enough.
keeping and not aligned with policy ESD3.
Given how dangerous that zebra crossing is and how many people drive through it without even seeing it, I don't want anyone else looking at any signs to check their body mechanics. It is I don't know if you know that, by Bangkok Land,
That's a
extraordinarily
fair point.
dangerous zebra crossing.
It is, it is.
Which is very poor sighting.
It
I
is.
cross it quite a lot, sometimes when I'm running, and that's the closest I've been knocked down in Hopenden many a time.
No, I agree.
So are we, if I propose then that we refuse on the basis of Hopenden Neighbourhood Plan ESD3
Yes.
proposals,
Yes, yeah, I'm frightened of the policy.
Great.
don't contribute to the attractiveness of the shopping area.
All going to split vote.
I'm putting on my hand.
Okay, so I'm proposing refusing on the basis of ESD3.
And just to confirm, sorry, when we do this, does that mean we have to withdraw, because we don't like the 3 front signs, we're saying we have to reject it all, or could we make a comment that our problem is the height? Well, I just want to, obviously I want people to
Maybe we should
concur.
word it as though out of keeping with first floor signage.
First floor signage is
out of keeping.
I don't want to prevent a
in the
business being able to
conservation area.
promote its
No.
wares at all, and runs a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was, yeah, okay, 5. Are you abstaining or are you voting against?
I'll abstain.
Okay, 5 for 1 abstention. I don't know if we need to know that, do we? Okay.
I don't particularly, I'm not fussed if you note it or not.
Okay, I'm going to carry on with the next two because they're, not applied. Okay, so reference 5/19/2618, officer observation application does not meet the criteria required for our committee. Reference 5/19/2637, 110 Top Street Way, the application appears to meet the criteria of the Harpenden HMP, consider no objection. Two-storey rear and side extension, single-storey rear extension, widening of existing big crossover, 110 Top Street Way.
Right. This is going from 3 to 4 bedrooms. The roof line on the design will continue to match the existing and also adjoining neighbouring property's roof line. The distance has been left from the border of the property of 1 metre. Rear extension does not extend past the neighbouring rear building line and respects the amenity of adjoining neighbours. Proposed on this side. In the single-storey extension is proposed on this side. Sufficient parking for 3 cars on the side.
It's got a widening of the entrance. Says a widening of existing vehicle crossover.
Oh yes, that's what they're proposing.
So it's fairly modest. I'm just thinking parking on this street is quite
It's horrible.
Yeah.
horrible, contentious.
Yes, you can see just there, building extra, and this is quite a good block plan that shows exactly what's going where. This one there, you can see where they're following the roof line.
Yeah.
To keep it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone happy?
Yeah.
Okay. So no objection. Okay, nearly done. Reference
Sorry, I'm holding that one.
5/19/2666, 11 Hales Meadow, no comment required by the committee. Agreed.
Agreed.
Reference 5/19/2704, Byron Cottage, Byron Road. Officer observation, the proposed additional bedroom does not appear to allow for any additional on-site parking facilities. This may cause ongoing problems with on-street parking. Consider express concern.
Byron Road? Can't picture it.
Harpenden West.
Somewhere near-
Thank you.
It's somewhere near West Common.
It's probably trudged up and down it, I don't know.
Probably delivered leaflet
But
there.
I can't-
Should we maybe we have a look, the
Yeah.
final one, we can have a little look on the screen.
Yeah, I think it's just the parking that I had a problem with. It's going from 4 to 5 bedrooms. This is the rear of the property there. Right. Which one is that? 2 by 1 there.
It's just,
Byron Cottage.
it's just called Byron Cottage, BYRON.
Okay.
It also is apparently locally listed according to the history. Doesn't make a difference.
Byron Cottage, sounds cool.
There we go. Sounds well, doesn't it?
Sounds.
Sure.
Oh, that's actually quite disappointing.
That's a
Well
nice
done.
tray, isn't it?
Right.
That's just Byron Road.
Byron Road, yeah.
No, he's got the numbers, it might be another house further up the street, if we could.
So well, let's have a look at
Why would that be Byron
Cottage?
Cottage?
One
of these ones on the other side.
It's by you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you should know. Should be delivering leaflets.
Where
Oh,
are
I
you?
know where it is.
If you go through.
Oh yeah. Now that's the other side of the high street.
Yeah.
We don't venture across that side.
Wow, some of us intrepid people. We have to.
Can't think
Getting
of
across that
it.
bit of the high street takes me about half an hour. Anyway.
Chimney. Okay.
Which one is
Getting trouble identifying.
So I presume the history then, do we think that they have done this work? In 2016 there was single story side extension with roof lights and the SADC was to commit. And then we'd do it, and then 3 years later we're doing something else. Is that right?
Well, we need to find out how to the chimney. That
It's-
helps you.
It appears to be about 3 from the road
Yeah.
on the right.
Coming from the main road, is it on the
Coming
right?
from the main road. Coming up that
That's
side.
it.
Yeah, so on the right, somewhere there.
Here.
Right, that's what that one.
That's not Byron Cottage.
So that's effectively the first thing, isn't it?
Oh, no, it's this one.
This one here, is it?
Yeah,
Ah.
this one.
Hello?
Oh, yeah, it looks like a cottage
No,
down.
that's what I
No,
thought, it's
but
actually one on the street.
it's got no parking at all.
No. Well, it's got one.
Is it just that one space down the
Yeah.
right?
And if you look at the road.
Where on earth are you going to get an extension in on that?
Oh,
Is it at the back it's going?
yeah.
Yes, it's a real.
Yes, it's at the back.
No.
Like cottage-like with those shutters, isn't it?
It's a very
Only really the shutters.
Yeah, it's
Not single,
Big
hot,
one.
two-story,
Mm.
hot two-story rear
Red
extension.
back, so
I
the
don't
one.
know what to do.
That's what it's like, is it?
Table.
It's all slotted in the back here. Isn't it, there, yeah. There, this is 1, 2, and it's slotted in here.
I'd have concerns about loss of amenity for the house next door.
So it's got first floor side windows then, hasn't it?
Mm.
So I guess you're going to be now overlooking the front of the house on the left. Or, well, I suppose if you don't square on, just overlooking up, going up the gardens, I guess, at the front.
Any objections? Certainly it would express concern.
It's just concerned about the
Parking,
parking.
I think.
I also think there's a loss of amenity there. If that's 2-story rather than 1.
That's the 2-story, that's the 1-story.
On the left? On the right, yeah.
On the left,
It's getting quite close to that property next door.
the window, here, there.
Can we go a bit further up the street and then look back down?
I've got some Morris carpentry.
So there's the side
There's nothing in the side at the moment where we're in.
there's a side window there already.
They've got side window and round
And then there's going to be another one then.
It's a shame to lose the chimney as well. Not that that's
Okay, hang on a second.
not that that's relevant.
Where's
Not we want smoke actually going up a chimney and causing pollution.
where's the
We need to look at
driveway
it.
here?
I suppose you could put it somewhere.
Ground floor plan.
There's the hallway, there's the front
Okay, so
door.
this is the driveway, okay.
Yeah.
So where's the new side window going? Here, at the front, isn't it?
That's the new.
So that means it's been replaced, it's still going to be into it.
This is the single story going in, and 2-story going. Am I right?
Yeah. What do people think? Well, parking,
Parking.
just parking.
Yeah,
Me, yeah.
that's concerned.
I mean, the fact there's already a window on that side now, and
Yeah.
it's not really angled at the front of the house,
No, that is true.
makes me think that,
My only concern would be the light. If you're putting a 2-story that much closer to
yeah.
that property next door. But I don't know where the sun comes from. So.
Comes from the sky.
Worse.
Yeah, we've seen worse. in Britain.
Okay, so suggestion then, officer, follow the officer recommendation to consider expressing concerns regarding the parking.
Yes.
Okay, final one, 5/19/2716, 2 Salisbury Avenue, application does not meet the criteria required for consideration by the committee. Everyone agreed? Agreed. Okay. Item 7, appeals. No appeals have been received for consideration by committee. Agenda item 8, prior notifications. We just note these, do
This
we?
is just a noting, yes.
Do we need to agree to note them? Do we agree to note them?
Yeah.
Item 9, list of weekly consultant district council decisions, page 31. Do we agree to note these? Item 10, the agenda applications for tree work, page 49. Do we agree to tree work?
Yeah.
That have been noted. Date of next meeting, planning committee meeting to be held.
It's wrong.
It is wrong, yes, I wish I...
It's the 5th of December, isn't it?
It is, yes, so I'll change that
Okay.
In Park Hall.
info.
So it's a Thursday night, the 5th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not as much happening around about that time, is there?
Okay, but it's...
I took that earlier.
Like that.
How
Same as last year.
how come it's changed? Do you know?
I mean, for that planning, it's the general election hustings that night.
You've got to have it in part 4 because
People have got to have their say, and I won't be here if we do hold it on that
Oh,
day,
that's
so
good.
I'll be at that stage.
Okay.
I'm happy to consider changing it.
That's it. Closed. Meeting closed. 9:16.